Is there a secret about men's health that modern medicine, despite all its advancements, is still missing? A fundamental truth, perhaps, whispered not in operating rooms, but in the quiet wisdom of lived experience. What if I told you that the key to unlocking a healthier, more vibrant life for men isn't found in a prescription, but in a perspective, an insight shared by someone who's seen it all? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover a piece of advice, a life-changing revelation that could fundamentally alter your understanding of male wellness. This isn't just about symptoms, it's about transformation. You simply cannot afford to miss the final insight. It's the most powerful silent signals. We often talk about health in terms of what we can see, what we can measure, the acute crises that demand our attention. But what about the silent signals, the subtle shifts, the nuanced changes that accumulate over years, sometimes decades, before they manifest as something undeniable? This is where true preventative health begins, not at the point of disease, but long before. Consider the human body, an intricate symphony of systems, constantly communicating, constantly adapting. For men, there's often a reluctance, a deeply ingrained cultural barrier to truly tune into these signals. We're taught to be strong, resilient, to push through, to ignore discomfort. This stoicism, while admirable in certain contexts, can be a profound disservice to our own well-being. It prevents us from recognizing the early whispers of imbalance before they become shouts. It's about listening, not just to a doctor, but to your own biology, to the subtle aches, the shifts in energy, the changes in sleep patterns, the variations in mood. These aren't random occurrences. They are data points, vital clues that our bodies are providing, guiding us towards a path of correction and optimization. We need to cultivate a deeper awareness, a mindful connection to our internal landscape. This isn't about hypochondria, it's about empowerment. It's about taking ownership of your health narrative, rather than being a passive recipient of whatever comes your way. It's about understanding that prevention isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about actively cultivating vitality. This requires a shift in mindset, a recognition that health is an ongoing, proactive endeavor, not just a reaction to illness. And this is particularly crucial for men, who statistically lag behind women in seeking timely medical attention. The stoic facade can be a dangerous one, obscuring critical information that could lead to early intervention and better outcomes. We must break down these societal barriers, encouraging open dialogue and a greater self-awareness regarding our physical and emotional states. The body is a master communicator. We just need to learn its language. Unseen connections. Our health is rarely a singular event. It's a tapestry woven from countless threads, visible and invisible. We focus so much on isolated organs, specific conditions, but often miss the profound, unseen connections that link everything together. For men particularly, there's a tendency to compartmentalize health issues. A problem with one system is seen as isolated from another, but the body doesn't operate in silos. What affects your gut can impact your brain. What impacts your heart can influence your hormonal balance. This interconnectedness is often overlooked, especially when it comes to the nuances of male physiology. Consider for a moment the intricate dance of hormones, the delicate balance that underpins so much of a man's vitality, energy, and even cognitive function. These aren't just isolated chemicals. They are messengers influencing every cell, every tissue, every system. And their balance can be profoundly affected by lifestyle choices, by nutrition, by stress, by environmental factors. An older woman, through her own lived experience, often observes these patterns, these subtle shifts in men around her, with a perspective that clinical data alone might miss. She sees how stress in one area of life manifests as a physical symptom elsewhere, how a prolonged period of neglect in one aspect of self-care can ripple through the entire system. This holistic view is critical. It moves us beyond treating symptoms and towards addressing root causes. It's about understanding that a symptom in one area might be an alarm bell for an imbalance in a seemingly unrelated part of the body. For instance, erectile dysfunction, often viewed solely as a localized issue, can be an early indicator of cardiovascular problems, a warning sign from the vascular system. Ignoring these connections is like trying to fix a single broken string on a violin without realizing the entire instrument is out of tune. True health requires a symphony, not just a solo performance. We need to embrace this broader perspective, recognizing that our overall well-being is a complex interplay of physical, emotional, and environmental factors. Wisdom shared. There's a unique power in wisdom passed down through generations, particularly from those who have observed life's unfolding with a keen, empathetic eye. The advice from an older woman in this context isn't just anecdotal. It's often deeply rooted in observation, pattern recognition, and an intuitive understanding of human nature. She's seen men in their prime, men in decline, men facing challenges, and men experiencing profound wellness. She understands the silent battles, the unvoiced concerns that men often carry. And from this vantage point, she often identifies patterns, insights that might be missed by purely clinical approaches. One such profound insight, often whispered rather than shouted, revolves around the critical importance of connection. Not just physical connection, but emotional, social, and spiritual connection. For men, there's often a societal pressure to be self-sufficient, to internalize struggles, to avoid vulnerability. But this isolation, this lack of genuine connection, is a silent killer. It impacts hormonal balance, elevates stress markers, and undermines overall well-being. An older woman often understands the profound need for men to have genuine confidants, to cultivate deep friendships, to engage in community, to find purpose beyond mere achievement. She sees that men who are truly thriving aren't just physically robust. They are also deeply connected, integrated into a supportive social fabric. They understand that strength isn't just about physical power, but about the resilience that comes from belonging, from being seen and understood. This isn't just feel-good advice. It has profound physiological implications. Studies consistently show that strong social connections lead to lower rates of anxiety and depression, higher self-esteem, greater empathy, and a more trusting and cooperative disposition. Furthermore, connected individuals tend to exhibit stronger immune systems and live longer, healthier lives. The wisdom is simple yet profound. Nurture your relationships as diligently as you nurture your physical body. It is the invisible scaffolding that supports your entire well-being. The greatest advice, often unspoken, is to build a life rich in meaningful human connection, for that, she knows, is the truest foundation of health and longevity for any man. So, what is this life-changing advice? It's not a supplement, not a diet, not a workout routine. It is the profound understanding that you are not an island. The older woman's enduring wisdom centers on the absolute, non-negotiable necessity of genuine, deep human connection. Men, listen, your vitality, your longevity, your mental acuity, your hormonal balance, all are profoundly impacted by the strength and depth of your relationships. She knows that true strength isn't found in isolation, but in the courage to connect, to share, to lean on others, and to be a part of something larger than yourself. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about fundamental physiology. Nurture your connections, for they are the bedrock of a truly healthy, fulfilling life. YouTube comment: this really hit home. We often overlook how crucial our relationships are, thinking it's all about diet and exercise. The not an island idea is so powerful. Definitely re-evaluating my connections after this.